Good evening all. I want to apologise for no video yesterday. The reason for it is that we had US holiday and also I was really tired. And also, thirdly, is that we didn't really have much to comment on because of the US holiday. So, if the US indices are closed, we're not going to see much movement, are we? Especially in terms of sentiment. Now, today, what's happened is that the FXCM clients, they've shorted DAX and Dow, but they've gone long S&P. So we're going to have a bit of a funky Friday. It's going to be a little bit choppy. We are big picture buy. That number is decreasing. It's going towards zero. Once we go to zero and above, it's going to tell us that they heard in that long. But it won't last long because they're conditioned to sell, heavily programmed. They'll see a news event and they have to sell it. They have to sell indices. They have to sell risky assets. They're programmed by the news media. So if we do go into positive territory, it'd be very short-lived, and that's our time to get in. So what should happen is that they'll go net long, and then the indices will like have a little mini crash, and then we'll enter. Okay, so the last time that actually happened was a little while ago, but it is to that concept that the herd are just notoriously short. They absolutely love to sell. They're programmed to sell. And I saw something on Twitter, and it was like a meme, and the guy was saying, "No, we're overbought. It's time to sell." And it clearly that's the trouble when using things like RSI and things like that. You can look at the indices and go, "Well, look at the monthly RSI. We're overbought." But it's going to carry on higher pending that the sentiment's a buy, right? So it kind of makes those technical indicators, they're giving you sort of false signals. So you've got to be really careful. And admittedly, we might be overbought, but we're going to be a buy because of the sentiment, especially if they heard sell. And they also did it very strongly on gold. As I said, they would. I think it was Tuesday this week. I said, be careful if you're short, and it's really pumping. So we could probably go to Discord, I guess. And likewise, this I was saying, they're selling it, and if they continue to sell it aggressively, we're going to go higher, and we did. And so I was saying, be careful about being short. We had an hourly doji here, so that tells us like indecision in that hour. Basically, we didn't move at all. We tried to move up and down, but it was like a ruse in order to get these guys to sell, and they certainly did, and up we go. And hopefully you guys caught that long idea, because I was saying how it could be a long, we have to break this 2335 resistance, and up we go. So that worked okay if you watched the video on Tuesday. Oil was a bit weird. We glitched. So the last time that happened, it happened on the 21st. Right, so it's basically a month ago, but give or take a day, and we glitched on the sentiment, and we did it again. So it's a bit weird. I'm not sure what that's about, or whether or not it's a coincidence it happened on the 20th and the 21st. So it's a little bit weird. So be careful. Of course, you can just trade this technically and fundamentally, but the sentiment is really, really useful, very, very powerful. Like, there's the buy, we had the crossover. Okay, and there's your stop loss placement. Okay, and remember the thing is that you get rewarded when you go long when it looks scary. So if it looks quite scary, a lot of people aren't willing to buy. They're going to be wanting to sell that, and you'll get rewarded for your bravery. Okay, so you just place your stop loss, and you can just have a small size if you're not sure, and then that's how you do it. And at that point, we knew that we were crossing over. So here, so it wouldn't be too bad a stop loss there. Okay, let's look at your indices, and we just chopped a lot, to be honest with you, in DAX. So they'd sold it here, right, and then they sold it again, and then they sold it. Well, we kind of went a bit sideways, to be honest, and then they've sold it again. So 1, 2, 3. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Wednesday, I didn't really count because it's just really sideways. So these are the last few days, and they've sold it. So we're probably going to go up higher, and it's going to be boring. Okay. Of course, if you're long, it's fine. US 30, up we go. They'll use any excuse to punish the retail. They want us to go up higher anyway, and if the herd sell, then that's a double reason to rally. And this is the thing, is that this is a risky sell, but the other indices aren't. So we have to be a little bit careful. If we are going a bit sideways, it's possible they'll short it again, and by selling it, we'll get the crossover. And up we go. I wonder what that is. Something about a crash or something. I don't know what that was. But anyway, some news came out. Yeah, I think it's probably clickbait, probably. So yeah, that's fine. We should be below that. I just saw the word crash, something about BOE or something. Maybe he mentioned it. I didn't watch the BOE today. I don't really like watching Bailey. Is a bit boring. But we had the BOE today, and he could have mentioned the word crash, and that's probably it's rebounding on the news. You know, that particular choice of word. I'm not sure if he used it, but it's possible. And they've got to target. So the only thing with the pound is downside risks now because of the politics. We've got the UK elections very soon. So let's talk about the bot. And which one is it? I don't know which one it is. This one. Yeah, so this is, let me come to the account history. So basically, we had two profitable trades and three bad trades. And currently we've got one slightly profitable, but the way things are going is just horrendous, isn't it? It looks like it's going to come up to take us out at the stop loss. So this isn't ideal at all. Very not ideal in the slightest. We want to see nice moves like this, and then we profited a lot. If you remember, if you watched the video from last week, this was really excellent for us and we made a lot of profit. This sideways nonsense, no good. So it is what it is, and it's likely we're going to get stopped out because our stops are tight, but at least we don't have, you know, large losses. So yeah, it's not ideal at all. If we're sideways ranging, we sort of want to be avoiding it really, but I have to try and program it into the bot. But I mean, we are sort of making progress, so it's okay. And I guess we just have to see how we go. And it's going to be a flat day if we get to the TP, but I think it won't. It's going to go to the SL. But it's just ranging conditions. It's not good conditions for trading. You want to be trading trend in markets, not range. This range is just horrible. And what it does, it induces positions, and then we have a breakout normally. And see, we had a range here. You can see that range, and we had a breakout. So we could have a range and then a breakout. So this is the good thing about having a tight-ish stop, is that if we have the breakout, it's okay. We could have the fake breakout then down, but then there lies the risk that it's not fake and it just pumps, you know, it pumps. And the SLC was really high up there, if you remember, but they brought the SLC down. So that's today's video. Really quick wrap up. Krishnan should be back from Cambodia now, I think, I hope. If he is, then we can have the clock data video out on Sunday. And then we can also do the bulletin video as well, and I'll do it at the same time. But be careful. I think a good tip, if you're manually trading any market, is that if you've got like a moving average on here and the moving average is going sideways, well, you can see we're going sideways, but if the MA is also sideways, I'm not sure what would be a good one. We could probably use the 20. We could use the 21 maybe. I just hit the mic, hopefully you didn't hear that. Sort of, yeah, it's sort of trending lower, isn't it? But you can see we're sort of consolidating a little bit. It might be a good one, the 21. We use the 21 on FXEM, but on the sentiment, this is the 21 MVA. It works really well for the sentiment. It probably works okay in the technical, but I have to wait and see. I don't think that was a good example. Let's maybe use the 50 maybe. I suppose the slow would be better. Yeah, sort of like we can see we're going quite sideways. I'm doing the 200 on the hourly. So we should be falling really. So that 200 MA is quite strong, isn't it? It's definitely descending. So perhaps probably we're going to get stopped out, hit resistance, or I think probably SLC and then back down. We could do that, couldn't we? And then bounce off the MA. So it is a good idea to have these tight stops, I think, because we don't really know what's going to happen. One scenario is that we could do up SLC and MA bounce, and then that kind of thing. You could argue we could start be curving on the MA, you see? So that's why we'd want to get out. We don't really want to widen the stops by double the amount, because it'd be double the loss if it did get to the SLC. So potentially SLC, MA bounce and pump, and then it would set up for a risk on rally for the weekend. So that's possible as well. So that's today's video, and I will be back on Sunday. Any questions, let me know. If you've got any questions about the sheet, and perhaps you've got I need to sort that out. And I'll do that now after the video, but obviously we've got an import error on the live prices, which is a bit annoying. No one told me about that, so I'll have to fix that. This is the thing, is that we're trying to import all sorts of data, and sometimes it bugs out. This is the volatility, and this is the pivots. We need the pivots to work, because that's how we assess whether or not something's strong or weak, depending where it is, where price is against the pivot. Weekly, they're going to load monthly, it is, and then daily. See, if you have a sheet access and you see these NAs, let me know, then I can fix them. That should be better now. QDB scores. Okay. Oh, I'll fix this later. So, not a great advert for the sheet, but you know, patience is required, and appreciate any patience that you've got. I'm just going to fix this quickly. I don't know why it's doing that. Why is? Oh, I know. It's this. It's rubbish, really. I need to probably think about a solution for this in case it does bug out. This is the open, the daily open and weekly open. These are really, really important metrics into the QDB scores. See, we need to know where the daily changes and where prices from the weekly change, and then we can get an idea about trend in market. So GA, you know, we've got two reds, CAD yen, two greens, so we know we're trending higher. Okay, so that's why the daily and weekly change is really useful. And we've seen quite a bit of chop on some pairs here. That Kiwi Swiss up on the day, but you know, weekly change is negative, so we chopped there. New Zealand dollar USD has trended. Dollar CAD has also trended lower as well. Dollar yen is trending higher. So that's how you can use it. All right, so no more waffling. I'll speak to you guys on Sunday. Remember, if there's any bugs or anything in the sheet, let me know and I can fix them.